Steve, hello. Yesterday, Fabio Capello was suggesting that he wasn't quite sure what to do about the mindset of the England players at the World Cup. He felt that was maybe one of the problems. As one of the players who was out there, how do you feel about that?
Well, you know, Fabio's the manager, so I think all the players are going to listen very carefully to what he's got to say over the next couple of days and moving forward and take it on board. I think it was obvious to everyone that it never worked out for us over in the World Cup. So we have to listen to the man who's got the experience in these situations and follow his lead.
And do you feel that he can get England back on track the way you were during the qualifying campaign?
Yeah, definitely do. I've got big faith in this manager, as I've said all along. I think it'd be very stupid and naive not to still have that confidence in him moving forward. He's a fantastic manager. You know, you can't just shift all the blame towards the manager in these situations. The players go out there and cross the white line to perform, so we have to share the blame around the coaching staff and the players, and you know, take it on the chin together.
And as the man who'll be leading England out at the start of their new era, do you feel an extra responsibility?
Yeah, of course. Every time I've played for England, there's always been a big level of responsibility, even more so since I become captain in Rio's absence. So, yeah, of course, you know, at the moment I'm hurting as a player. I'm sure the rest of the lads are as well. And we want to slowly try and build the belief and the confidence back from the supporters and everyone in the country, because, you know, at the moment, you know, it's not a good situation.
You mentioned the supporters. What sort of reaction are you expecting from them?
A mixed reaction. I'm sure there will be boos at times tomorrow night, but we have to deal with that. We have to be men and take it on the chin. We deserve it. We let them down in the summer. So yeah, we have to get on with that, and hopefully with time we can show them that we are a good team, that there is a big togetherness there, and we are desperate to make them happy in the future.
There are new faces and young players in this squad, but how important is it that there's still a role for the experienced players like yourself?
Yeah, of course. I think it'd be very unfair on these young lads if all the experienced lads were excluded from this squad and they were all thrown in at the deep end together. I think it's important that there's the right mix of experience and youth, and hopefully the young lads can help the experienced lads as well by freshening things up, and hopefully we can regroup and move forward together. And you know, Wednesday night, if we can get a positive result and performance, hopefully that'll be the starting process in turning things around from South Africa.
Yeah. Stephen, the manager said sorry for England's performances in South Africa. Did you feel the need to follow suit and say sorry to the fans?
Yeah, of course. But you know, the manager was speaking on behalf of all of us yesterday, and you know, if you want me to reiterate that, no problem. But yeah, for me, there's no excuses sitting here at all. The simple message is that we have to show how sorry we are by our performances on the pitch. It's simple sitting here saying words. You know, the difficult thing is putting it into action on the pitch and showing how sorry we are by our performances going forward.
Now the dust has settled, you've had a few weeks to think about it during the summer. Are you any nearer to working out why it is that England's players don't seem to be playing as well for their country as they do for their clubs? You play massive games for Liverpool. The manager referred to some kind of mental block. Is that the case?
Maybe it is the case, but you know, you'd have to take that on your shoulders when you're playing for England. You know, there's a big following. They've got the best support in the world. Massive media coverage every time you join up, so you'd have to deal with that, and we have to study where we went wrong on the pitch in Germany and try and put them things right. But you know, the mental side of it will only improve by winning games.
If you were going to that game tomorrow, Stephen, as a fan, not a player, would you boo?
Yeah, probably would, yeah.
You were played out of position at this World Cup. I think most of us agree you should have played in the position that you play for your club. How frustrating is that? I mean, do you feel this is a manager who you, as captain, could be honest with and say, Fabio, I disagree with you, or not?
Well, what I say to Fabio Capello and what he says to me will remain private.
But could you, though? Do you feel you could say that?
Yeah, I do. I've got a good relationship with the manager. I talk to him day in, day out when I'm together with him, and you know, I don't feel as if I was played out of position. I disagree with that. I felt as if I'd done a decent job out there myself personally, and moving forward I'll do exactly what the manager wants me to do. I won't cause a big issue over where I'm playing in this team.
Steve, on the question of this mental toughness that Fabio was talking about yesterday, do you recognise it, first of all, and do you recognise within the squad? Do you recognise how to solve the problem?
I think the difficult thing is solving the problem, but I'm not going to sit here and lie and say it's not difficult at the moment to be playing for England, because it is, because results haven't gone the way we would have liked them. But things in football can change. 3 or 4 games down the line, hopefully we'll have a lot of belief and confidence back from the supporters and you guys, and things can look a little bit more rosy, because at the moment it is tough.
As captain, did you look around the squad in South Africa and think some of the guys do lack the mental toughness that we need to succeed?
No, I didn't. To be honest with you, I was focused totally on the games. But obviously after the World Cup, when you underperform as a team, and you take a lot of criticism, you do sit back and reflect on what went on over in South Africa, and it wasn't acceptable as a group, and as players we need to try and put that right.
You say looking forward to speaking to the manager in a kind of team setting, reflecting on what happened in the World Cup and where to go from here. In those meetings, his meetings, who does most of the speaking? Is it Fabio, or is it his support coaches?
No, Fabio does the majority of the talking. But if someone's got something to say in that meeting, he encourages people to speak up if they need to talk. Okay.
What do you think about players who are picked to play for England, then decide to drop out, decide to retire from international football?
I think everyone's entitled to their own opinion, their decisions in life. That's something that I can't control. But I think if a manager picks you to play for England, for me, my opinion is you should come and play. But different players are different. Some players have injury problems. Some players are disappointed because they haven't been picked and left out of major tournaments and are frustrated. I haven't experienced them feelings yet in my career, so I don't know how I'd deal with that situation if I was in their shoes. But for me, after the experience of South Africa, there was no way I was going out on after that experience. I want to go out as an England player on a high.
Are you confident that Fabio Capello is the man to take England forward?
I said that earlier, yeah. I've got total confidence in the manager and his coaching staff, and I've got total confidence in the players around me that we can change things around and become a good team and make the England fans happy in the future.